What up? I hope y'all can hear that. We turn up a little bit louder. Hope y'all can hear it. If y'all don't know why this song is playing right now, then you must not have watched the movie. Uh, uh. That's why I picked this profile picture. Uh huh. Yeah, y'all must have didn't watch the movie if you don't get the reference. Ooh, I really did not feel like coming up here today. I got tired, full. All right, what's up, y'all? We are here to talk about The Perfect Host, rated R. It's a thriller, a crime thriller. Um, if you haven't watched it, you can find it on Hulu, HBO Max, YouTube, Amazon Prime, Google Play, and Vudu. If you haven't watched it, I hope that I can sell you. Oh, let me get my rating. Sell you on it because I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I think you will too. Maybe, maybe not. I guess it would be a matter of your sense of humor. I guess it would be boiled down to your sense of humor. This one, man, let me tell you something. Laughed so hard, laughed so hard. You see my little dancing people. You see the girl, if you can see the lady, that's how I feel about this movie. I would dance just like that. All right. It was directed by a man named Nick Tomney. Tomney, maybe. When I was looking him up, because when you look at under its directors, it said Nick Tomney and then it slash Nicholas Tomney. So I thought maybe it was like a father son situation. Mm, no, it wasn't. It's just him. At some point in his career, he went from being Nick, or the other way around, from Nicholas to Nick. Yeah, so that's that story. He didn't have many movies under his belt, couple. This movie is starring David Hyde Pierce. If you don't know who David Hyde Pierce is, I understand. Um, if you know about the show Frasier, he played Niles, Frasier's brother, Niles Crane. In this movie, uh, he plays a man named Warwick. Warwick Wilson. There's really two main characters of the movie. There's a few others, supporting, but it's just the two mostly. David Hyde Pierce and the man who played John. His name is Clayne Crawford. Um, also, before I get into it, some of the other things that David Hyde Pierce has done. I was looking him up. I was looking at his IMDb, and I was surprised at how many things that he's been in that I just really, again, I really didn't. He did voiceovers for The Simpsons, Osmosis Jones. I knew he was Slim in A Bug's Life. I knew that. The Stick. Um, but I didn't remember him being in Little Man, Sleepless in Seattle, The Fisher King. I love The Fisher King, and I still can't remember him being in it at all. He was in Nixon, Wolf, love Wolf, Adam's Family Values. Again, I don't even remember him, but I love David Hyde Pierce. You go, David Hyde Pierce. Okay, so this movie. All right, I was trying to wait for maybe a person who had seen it who could chime in before I get to talking, because I'm about to spill the beans. I'm about to tell it all. Hopefully, you'll want to watch it. Where did I put my? I always lose stuff. How? I'm like right here. Okay, so the movie starts like this. Let me get a sip. So the movie starts like this. So there's a dude running down the street with a disguise on. He's got like big glasses and a hat, and he's limping, and he's in a hurry. So he hops into a car, takes off his disguise. Oh, he threw some shit in the trunk, takes off his disguise, and he's driving down the street. So he's driving down the street. He's you can tell he lit up a cigarette. He's stressed out. We're like, what's going on, dude? His foot's all jacked up. So he turns on the radio, and there's an all points bulletin looking for him. So now he's got to die. He dipped the. He had to lose the car because there's a the car is in the description. So now he's knocking door to door. He comes across this mailbox with Warwick, who is David Hyde Pierce. He opens his mailbox and stumbles through his mail and comes up with a good lie, good little con artist lie, to get in this man's house. So he dings the bell. It works. He gets in the house. Oh, he tells Warwick, your friend Julia knows me. She told me she's in Europe. I'm here from, it was Australia. I'm here from Australia. I know your friend Julia. He's like, okay, come on in. You know my friend Julia. Come on in. So he winds up getting invited to dinner. There's a dinner party about to happen. Warwick is like, sure, you're a friend of Julia's. Come on in. Before you know it, he tries to. I think he pushed him. I think he might have sucker punched him. He hit Warwick in the mouth, overpowered him, and told him to sit the fuck down. Now I'm running the show. You're just gonna shut the fuck up and do what I say until the morning. Everything's clear, and then I'll get out of your hair, or I will kill you. That's what he said. So while he's sipping his little red wine that Warwick has been giving him for the past hour that he was there, all of a sudden it's lights out. Bam! Warwick had been poisoning him the whole time. Well, drugging him. That's a better word. Drugging him the whole time. So he wakes up and shit, tied up at a dinner table with Warwick directly across from him and several plates of food on either side of this fancy table, but there's no one there. But Warwick, in his mind, because he's got a split personality disorder, evidently, sees a table full of people. He's got a whole room full of people, dinner table fancy. Everyone's got a backstory. Everyone's real hoity-toity. He's got this whole thing. This movie is so good. You have to go see this movie. He winds up having a whole party, but there's no one there. So this guy who tried to, harm him is tied up and drugged the bulk of this movie, just watching this man dance around his room or eat his own, go around the table and eat all these different plates of food and have full conversations with no one. No one is there. This movie is so good. David Hyde Pierce did his thing. He really did. If you didn't see it, come on, man. You got to go check it out. There's so many scenes that are really good, and I don't want to ruin them. But, I'm here to do that. I'm here to talk about this movie. And that's why I was playing the song in the background. I'm going to start it again so y'all can I'm going to try to take y'all with me in the visual. So, David Hyde Pierce during this dinner party that has turned into a full-blown party now, like a cocktail party. And now there's even more people in the house. And in his mind. This is all in his mind. There's no one actually there. And so at some point, David Hyde Pierce hops up on the table, and he starts doing this hilarious. He's in a suit and tie, mind you. He does this hilarious dance that it's just too good, with a lot of pelvic thrusts and shit like that. And this is in the background. And then he had backup dancers on the side of him. Could you imagine if this dude had you tied up in his house and he's having a whole party in front of you, a dance party. He's on the table, but there's no one there. He's the only one there. It's just you and him. He did a little pelvic. Oh man, this movie's good. So then, um, he keeps drugging him up. At some point, John convinces him to untie him and let him join the conga line. And so he unties him. First, he makes him drink some more wine. He's like, drink this first, and then I'll untie you. So he makes him drink some more wine, which is even more drugs. And he's like, all right, conga line. And the next time you see him, he's being carried. He's completely knocked out. He's being carried in this non existent make believe conga line. And then he comes to later, and he's in a pool with a floaty around him, and then the wings on his arms too. And he just woke up floating in the water, and he can't talk. He's going, nosy neighbor lady, right? Comes knocking. But David Hyde Pierce, I'm sorry, Warwick is able to, talk his way out of it. There's no trouble here, man. We're just having a good time, a little drunk, a little too much to drink. So then Warwick starts to show John, his photo album that he has, and he's been taking pictures of John every now and then throughout the evening, and so he shows John this photo album that he has, and it's men that he's killed in the past, and different times of the day he'll take your picture, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and he was showing John the other victims in his book, what they look like by 10 o'clock, what they look like by midnight. And he was like, all right, it's 8 o'clock, John. Here's your 8 o'clock picture. We'll see what you look like at 10 o'clock. And then he was back dancing at the party. Dancing. He was even, at one point in the movie, when John came to after being tied up and drugged, I don't know, for the fourth time, he came to in the bathtub, and Warwick was banging a broad by the kitchen sink. He had her bent over the kitchen sink. So it's hilarious to watch David Hyde Pierce pump the air that way because there's no one there. But he was really giving the air the business. He was giving the air the business. Too funny. Giving it the business. So then he shows John this movie. He was like, oh, let me show you the party from last year. And he shows him the party from last year. And it was just some weird video of himself cutting his stomach open and blood running all down. I think it was really weird. He was dressed in a kimono. Like, Warwick had a lot going on. He had a lot of money, too. This is a really nice house in LA. Like, a really nice house. And this movie is from 2010. And it would still, by today's standards, be like a really nice house. Oh, hang on one second. Oh, no. No, it's okay. All right. So yeah, where was I at? John. Oh yeah, the book, the photo album. So he shows him the photo album. John is completely freaked the hell out, but they play a game of chess, and they make a deal. Warwick is like, if you beat me, I'll let you go. And John winds up beating him, and then Warwick cuts him loose. And as he's leaving, Warwick is saying a bunch of shit to him, kind of pushing his buttons. Not kind of, totally pushing his buttons. And then Warwick changes his mind and he grabs a knife off of the wall. Warwick had this knife collection, like a samurai sword collection mounted on the wall. And so John grabs one of the blades and he runs up and he just shanks Warwick right in the gut. And then Warwick falls to the ground. And then after a few seconds, Warwick jumps up and goes, ha ha, psych, on a motorbike. The knife was fake the whole time. So then he knocks him the fuck out. So the next time you see John, he's waking up in a pile of trash in an alley with his tennis shoes laying next to him. So he's like, what the hell? What the hell? So he puts his shoes on and he's limping away. His foot's still hurting, right? He's limping away and he wipes his head and he sees that he has blood on his hands. So he looks in the mirror of a motorcycle. He just looks in the mirror, and there's all these fake wounds that Warwick had put on him with all this Hollywood makeup. There was a slash across his neck that was fake. It was a rubber thing on his forehead and some shit on his lip. So the thing that John was doing in the beginning when I told you he was running from and he was in a hurry, he had robbed a bank for $300,000. And he had robbed the bank because his girlfriend needed a surgery. Something was wrong with her, like some sort of stomach cancer or something severe. And so he robbed this bank to get his girlfriend the surgery that she needed to live. Okay. So he wakes up in the alley right after it's all. Okay. He's like, what the hell just happened? So now he's trying to find the girl because they were in it together. She actually worked at the bank. So she was in on it. And they're supposed to meet at a certain spot and get a car and dip out with the money. What's up, Camp? How are you? Did you see this movie? I'm in the middle of talking about it. It was a good one. I'm all the way at the end, actually. I'm almost at the end. So he goes to find him and the girl are supposed to meet up. Ugh. Hold on back there in a second. All right, let me finish my little thing. All right, it won't take me much longer. So he's supposed to meet up with the girl, and he goes and finds her, and discovers this bitch was finna dip with the money, set him up to rob the bank whole time. You know what I'm saying? She was setting him up the whole time. Yeah. So then he punches that bitch in the face and takes the money, and he's about to dip. He didn't really punch her. Emotionally. My bad. He emotionally punched her. And then he dipped off, and they were in this parking garage, right? So he dips off to leave, and the attendant at the parking garage happens to be fucking Warwick. Warwick followed him, found him. Warwick the cop. He's a cop. Warwick turns out to be the chief of police. He was like in charge of police. Dude with a split personality and all these people in his house. And with the fake makeup. So he winds up ultimately robbing the thief for the money, but letting him go. It's a great movie. Hold on, y'all. I got somebody back here. It's a great movie.
How you doing, Hector?
Did you watch it? Here, wait. Let me check my volume because sometimes my grandbabies be turning my shit way up.
No, I haven't seen it.
Did you hear a little bit about me talking about it?
Heard a little bit.
Man, I'm
I'm
telling
just
you, it's a,
wondering, is it a true disdain for me, or you just be trolling out for me?
what?
I thought you liked me there.
Dude, what are you talking about right now?
Oh, I thought I would have your support when I was getting bombarded in that chat the other night.
So you didn't come to talk about the movie at all.
No, I just had a question, but I'll get back to you if it's making you uncomfortable.
I mean, I have an email. It's scrolling right there at the bottom.
All right, sweetheart. Take care.
hmm Camp, you got to go watch this movie. You can find it on Hulu, HBO Max, Google Play, Vudu. Man, somewhere else. It's there. The Perfect Host. Go watch it. It's so good. It's creepy. It's hilarious. It's cringy. It's hilarious. And it's hilarious. I love it. I changed my little uh a profile pic to the little. You see the little white girl dancing? That's me when he was doing. Oh, Juju. Did you watch it? Yay, Juju! I'm glad somebody saw it. Did you love when? Oh, wait, hold on, Juju. This will be for you since you're the only one who actually watched it. I had when I first started, I had this playing in the background, and I was like, only someone who watched the movie would get it. Can you hear it, Juju? I'll turn it up. Come on, Warwick. Huh? Girl, get your groove on. One time for Warwick. He had a whole lot. He had a whole party going on, man. Hey, man, I ain't never had no parties that jump like that for real, in real life, like real actual people. Shit, he had it going on. All right, that's enough. Love that movie, man. It's a good movie. Um, Especially the David Hyde Pierce, the scenes where he was acting like there were people there and there's no people there. Hey Juju, what about when he was banging that chick in the bathroom? Right? Didn't he? What's up, Ace? He, when he was banging that chick in the bathroom, that shit was hilarious. He was giving her the business. The David Hyde Pierce, man, the acting, because there's to I could imagine if I was a man trying to play a role where I'm banging the shit out of this imaginary broad, like there's no one there, but I'm holding her ass because I got her bent over a sink, her imaginary ass, and I'm going to town, man. He was giving her the business, talking shit and everything. He smacked that ass and everything, Juju. He smacked that imaginary ass and everything. I love this movie. Y'all got to go watch it. It's so good. It is so good. And it was just like the weirdest twist. And then when you find out at the end that he's a cop whole time, it was like, holy shit. Like, yeah, yeah. I love that movie. Oh, I could just hit mute. It's a good one, man. I like little B movies like that. This movie didn't really do too good in the box office. I think it just went straight to DVD. Like I don't know that it. I don't recall ever seeing like a trailer for. I think it went straight to DVD. Oh, you know what? I just watched that the other day. Juju, that's hilarious that you mentioned that. I just watched that like with Ryan Reynolds. Like my daughter made me watch it like less than a week ago. If it's the one with Ryan Reynolds. Legit, just watch it like it was on Tubi, I think. Like 4 or 5 days ago. That dude was tripping. That movie was great. I love that movie. I might do that next, Juju. Per Juju's request. No doubt. Yes. The voices. So Juju, I guess you're gonna give this one 3 cookies. I give it 3 cookies. Me and you're the only ones that watched it so far. Yeah, the robber. That broad, man, dirty bitch. Dirty bitch. Yeah, I liked the movie too. It was good. It made me happy to watch it again. I watched it this morning just so it would be fresh on my mind when I come up here. Man, I love that scene, man, when he does his little dance. hmm the director who directed it and wrote it and whatnot, he did another movie called before it, just called The Host. And so I'm not sure if like it's similar to this. I don't know, but if you're a director and only 2 movies that you've ever directed are called The Host and The Perfect Host, I don't know. Yes, Juju. He goes smack the fuck out of that dude. Bow! I like when dude got tough when he first got untied and he got tough. He thought he was doing some things. He was like, alright, we're going to do it my way. You're going to shut the fuck up or I'm going to kill you. Lay low, leave me alone. You little bitch. And Warwick was like, is that right? You're getting blood on my floor, sir. I don't appreciate it. Oh, by the way, I drugged your ass. This is such a good movie. Yay. Right? That's what he gets. How creepy was it when he was sitting at the table and Warwick started filling out those postcards for wherever the hell Julia was at this week, this month, and it all came clear to him like, holy shit, this dude knew I was lying the whole time. This dude knew I was lying from the moment I rang his doorbell. He knew I was fucking lying. Yes, Mailing himself postcards and shit. This dude knew I was lying the whole time and he still let me in. What's going on? What's up, Smoothie Lady? Yeah, The Voices. We're going to do that one next week. It's official. I told y'all a day early. It was good. I like Ryan Reynolds. He's funny. He's got one of those stupid faces where you can't take him seriously, even if he's ever in a serious movie. It's like, cut the game, Ryan Reynolds. This was a good one, Smoothie. If you didn't get to watch The Perfect Host, you should definitely check it out. It's really good. Fucking creepy and hilarious. And hilarious. David Hyde Pierce did a really good job. He really did. hmm I like his I like David Hyde Pierce's like prissy little persnickety persona that he always seems to be in. Even in like The Bug's Life, where he played the stick bug. The stick bug was even you know, it was just like bougie ass stick bug. You know? It's on Hulu, Smoothie, and HBO Max and Amazon Prime. And it's on YouTube too. You have to pay for it though, like $3.99 or something. Yeah, the first time I saw it, Juju, I was just like, "What? Wait a minute, what?" And then when he was dead in the alley, I was like, "Oh shit, the nosy neighbor, he's about to get caught." And then dude just sat up and lit a cigarette. I was like, "Wait a minute, what? Like, what just happened? What is going on?" It's a good movie. He did do a good job. I don't know about this director. This movie's old. You know, it's from 2010. So I don't know. Maybe he left out on a high note. Well, the highest note he could. Because this movie, like I said, it's a B movie. All right, Smoothie, take care. Hopefully, I'll see you next week. Hang on, y'all. All right, I'm back. The voices, yeah, yeah. Let me write it down because I'll forget. Y'all know I'm forgetful. I was looking for my glasses the other day, and they were on my face. Pen. That's not a pen. That is also not a pen. Also not a pen. Well, I know I have one. I'll remember. Child, remind me to remember The Voices, the movie with Ryan Reynolds. Okay. Think you're cool with your pen? You got your pen? You think you're cool? Fucking cool. Flipping to the next page, Juju. I'm writing it on my community wall too. We're gonna be reviewing, The Voices per Juju's request. See, that way I can blame it on you. If people are like, oh my god, why did you us watching that? It was like so weird and bizarre. I don't understand. Like, why? I'm like, fucking Juju, bro. What up, Grit? Did you watch the movie, Grit? Fucking Juju. I'm gonna be camming up soon, y'all. About a month from now. I think it's roughly. I'll be done tied up all my. I love weird movies too. Juju, I've seen so many independent film movies, independent films and B movies and just little weird shit that I just love it. There's so many movies. Did you ever see Bug, Juju? I love that shit. That ugh, What about Welcome to Willits? Oh man, Welcome to Willits is a good one. Oh, if you like B movies, that's like a D movie. Like Welcome to Willits, that's a good one. How did you feel about the movie, Grit? Tell me everything, Grit. Put your cookies up. Put my glasses back on. I don't know why I took my glasses off. Like I was going to be able to read your comment better without them. He was a perfect host, wasn't he? He was cordial. You know, he had great hospitality skills. You know. You see my dancing girl on the screen? That's me at the party, getting it in. It was a good one. David Hyde Pierce. How did you like how he smacked that ass in the bathroom? Yeah. Did you see how he tapped that ass in the bathroom? He smacked it and everything. He made that hoe say you love me. He was like, say you love me. Say you love me. And I imagine in his mind, she was like, I love you, Warwick. That was a good one. I love when I find little finds like that, little jewels. hmm That party was jumping, Grit. Oh, you missed it. I just played this a minute ago because I thought it would be hilarious. Juju thought it was hilarious. Only people that saw the movie would get it. Stupid YouTube ad. Right? And they all had Juju. Not only did he make up all those imaginary people, but they all had like jobs and degrees, and they were vacationing and buying property and shit. Here you go, Grit. Go, Grit. Get it, Grit. Yeah, he was grinding and shit, pumping his little hips with his hands on his hips behind his blazer. Uh, uh. He had little backup dancers and shit. I don't know what I would do if I was sitting on a couch tied up and this dude is standing on his table dancing by himself to no music. Just on the table. Uh. Oh, Lord. Whew, he was crazy. Yes, the car wash song. It was great. He got his groove on. That was his shit. It really had his hit. Hey man, at least half of his imaginary friends were black. He wasn't a racist in his imagination. You know what I'm saying? It was half and half. His four main characters in his head. It was two black people, two white people. You know? Yeah. Oh, did I mute it? I did. The robber was a sucker, man. He was a sucker. Yes, diversity. The robber was a sucker, man. He got manipulated by that broad to rob that bank. Then he got robbed by the cop. He was a sucker, man. Then he tried to snitch him out by sending a picture after he got caught. He's a sucker. Warwick gave him a couple dollars. He was like, here, this will help you at the border. Get your ass on up out of here. I'll take that 300 grand, thank you. I don't know what I'd do if I woke up in a damn alley on top of a bag of trash and had a fake wound across my neck and my head. Uh, I, I would probably cry. Maybe I don't know. I would definitely run. My first instinct after I put my shoes on would be to fucking run, and then I would never know where the hell I just was at, and no one would ever catch Warwick because I don't know where he is. Yeah. He was caught, and it was crazy, Grit, because he already knew that there were no bags at the airport, right? Because he knew that dude was full of shit the moment he hit his doorbell. And he asked for Julia, because Julia doesn't exist. So when he was calling the airport, you know what I'm saying, helping him trying to find his luggage, it was hilarious when you know, if you look back on it. Well, I've seen the movie so many times, but knowing now that the whole time he called the airport, he knew that it was full of shit. He was full of shit the whole time. Great movie. Excuse me, y'all. 1 second. Yes. Great movie, man. David Hyde Pierce, I was saying a minute ago, he does pretty good, but he's typecast. He's always that persnickety, pompous, uppity person and everything. I guess that's, I don't know. I guess that's good and bad. It kept him working. If you go look on his IMDb, I have to say what it stands for in my head to make sure I get the letters in the right order. Um, he has had a pretty long career. Um, Especially with the Frasier thing. I'm sure he's still getting paid off that shit. I'm sure he's still getting paid off that shit. Sorry, y'all. Blow my nose. A little stuffy. It's a little stuffy. What's today? Saturday? Thursday, it was 65 degrees in my city, and I had my window open, and it was beautiful. There's a little breeze coming through, and I heard motorcycles in the distance and sirens and shit. Just like summer. I was like, yes. And today I woke up and opened the blind, and it was like, I don't know, half an inch of snow on the ground. Yeah. But we don't got no earthquakes, no tornadoes, no hurricanes, no tsunamis. Nobody wants to blow nothing up around here. We do got that train thing going on, man. That train that derailed and some chemicals were everywhere. That's just crazy. Great, you're in Florida, right? I think. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I thought you were in Florida. Y'all get them damn hurricanes. Take your whole life away in one swoop. Yeah, when I came up, man, I was nervous to do it for a while because of the shit that goes on in this application. But now I kind of don't give a fuck. As far as like roasting me, I don't mind. Yeah. Tennessee. Oh, you're not that far from me at all. Um, I've already told you, I'm a big old white lady, so it will not be surprising to you when I came up and you're like, oh, it's a big old white lady. Yeah, yo, like I had promised. I'm alright. I'm not completely, I'm not like butt ugly. I used to be foxy back in the day, but gravity Bitch. Gravity? There's all kinds of gravity in here. Just can't snatch me down towards the ground. Gravity affects you men too. Y'all balls get long when y'all get old. Y'all get them long balls. Yes, soon, Grit. I would say about a month from now, ish, roughly. I'm just tying up a few loose ends, and then yes, I will. I'm going to. I toyed with it back and forth, and I decided to fuck it. I don't care. I just will. Um, there is nothing really. I don't have anything to hide. The only thing you can, is say, "Oh, look, it's a fat white lady." Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't have anything to do with the fat part I did. And like my face is, Bob bent Liz over. I didn't have shit to do with it. I was not there when that shit happened. It's a good thing I got my dad's nose and my mom's ears though, because if it would have been the other way around, oh man, my mom has had R.I.P. A big German nose. If you don't know what a German nose looks like, Google big German noses. And then my father, R.I.P. also, Irish dude, and he had those big satellite dishes on the side of his head. And I don't mean the kind that men get when they're older. You know how sometimes when men get old, their ears get really big for some reason, and a bunch of hair comes out. No, no, no. Pops already had those ears. Like he was born with them suckers on the side of his head. So if I'd have got his ears and my mother's nose, oh man, come on, man. But I did get my mother's round ass chin. It's round. I don't care. I love my round chin. Fuck y'all. Yeah, yeah. That was a glamour shot. Grit. It's like 25 years old, first of all, and it's a glamour shot. You go to the mall. Well, you don't because you're a dude. Then you go to the mall. They might still do it. It's a little kiosk in the mall. You go in. They have like outfits that you could try on, but it's most of the pictures are from the neck up. So it's just a bunch of boas or just a quick little throw, a shawl to wrap around you, but they put a bunch of makeup on your face and poof your hair up really high and put a bunch of hairspray in it and make you pose in these weird fucking positions. Yeah. So all that shit was a bunch of makeup. I don't own makeup. I don't. That's not my thing. But yeah, I did. That was my face. That was me. I don't know. There's a couple pictures on Rob's channel, but they were when I was younger. I gave Rob a couple of pictures one day, so he could clown me on the channel. We were roasting. It was kind of dry over there, so I gave him a little ammunition. And one was a picture when I was 8. I think it was 8. And the other one when I was 16. And the picture when I was 8, I put it on my community wall. I had a nice little, it was kind of a bowl mullet. Yeah, 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 Rob. Grit, yeah. My little 8-year-old bowl cut, it was the 70s, So it was like a combination of a bowl and a mullet. It's still on my community wall. It's a bullet. I had a bullet. All right. And then another picture of me when I was 16, and he made fun of my chin. But yeah, I'm not ashamed of what I look like. I just, not camera ready just yet. I really got to stop smoking right directly into the mic because sometimes I'll listen to a playback. I don't listen to too many of my videos after I'm done, but every now and then. I know y'all hear me. I hear the vape hard as hell. Every time I hit the vape, y'all can hear the hell out of that. Great, you should cam up. I don't think I've never seen you cam up. Just your picture. I had my grandbaby Thursday. Oh my God, he's so cute and so smart. Hmm. It's funny how well he listens to me, behaves like he, because he's so young, and I raised four kids, and I don't recall any of them. Maybe it's just because I have grandma vision. I got my grandma goggles on, but I don't remember any of my kids listening as well as he does at that age. He's only he turned one and was it? God damn it! I got so many goddamn grandkids. He turned one in August, September, so it's like a year and a half. He listens fairly well. Like he won't go into my kitchen. I don't want him to go into my kitchen because I have steps, and I don't want him to fall down or go up the steps. So he's not allowed to go in the kitchen, and I don't have a baby gate up or nothing. And I've told him no so many times when he goes that direction. He'll just stop and look. It's great. He listens so well. I was shocked. All my knucklehead kids, man, please. They'd have made a beeline. No, I can't go that way. They'd have went straight that way. Do you have some shorts? Grit, I'm terrible with shorts and community walls. Like, there's whole things going on in community walls I don't know shit about. There's whole fights going on and all kinds of shit. I never check people's community walls. It's terrible. Or their shorts. It's terrible. I probably should. I probably should start advertising my own channel a lot more. Like, I'm in all these chats all the time, but I never, try to say, oh, come sub to me. I don't know. I feel like thirsty. Kind of beggish. Like begging a little. I don't know. Maybe. Right, Grit? A little beck. Hi! Sub to me. Grit, you gotta watch the movie for next week. It's a good one too, man. If you like this creepy shit, the one we're watching next week is called The Voices because of Juju. Juju suggested it. I've already seen it. Actually, just recently, ironically. It must be in both of our algorithms on something, Tubi or something. Yeah, sometimes there are channels I go in, and I'm a good with those channels. I love those channels. I want to do that here too if I ever get anybody in my chat that do that. Drop your link and sub. I always sub, dude. I'm so sub to. I cannot. I couldn't even count how many channels I'm sub to. I have no clue. I sub to a lot of channels. But yeah, I would like to do that here too. Link dropping and whatnot. If we could stir up, oh, I did it again. If we could stir up some chatters, stir up a little chit chat. I could go start a bunch of fights everywhere. That seems to work for people. If they go and start a fight, and then go and start another fight, and then if they can get those two fights to go long enough, then people go listen to that. It's a whole thing. I don't want to do that though. Like, I don't want to fight. T Duck, I don't know if you're still here, but I really don't want to do that thing that you want to do. I really don't want to do that here on this channel. Um, like I said, my email's there. Anything I say to you, hmm, I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. Because I know you don't hear correctly, and I've been. I'm going to try to say this in terms that I think that you will translate correctly. Mm. I can be cordial, but that don't mean I like you. Mm. As far as people dogpiling on you, that's none of my business. Um, that's your problem. You did that shit, not me. But as far as me talking shit to you here and there from time to time, you do the same thing to me. So cut the games. You do the same shit. I ain't went out of my body on you nowhere in public. I talk a little shit from the chat. That's it. Now, Grit. The end. Did you want more things to happen at the end? What else did you want to happen at the end, Grit? Grit, you know you can hit the link at any time. It's posted at the top if you want to come here and talk to me. What? How did you want it? Do you want it to end differently? In any what? How could it have ended differently for you? I kind of wanted the robber to get away with the money a little bit. Now that I'm thinking about it, kinda, or at least Warwick to be cool and like give him, you know, 100x or something. You know, a little something. Now that I think about it, that would have been cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You wanted to see the whole thing, Grit? The whole detective drinking that red wine? Hmm. He would definitely have to kill him, right, Grit? Because he ain't going to be able to do to the detective the same thing that he did to all the other dudes. Just leave him in the back alley. You know what I'm saying? He can't just leave it because the detective is going to know. So maybe he's just going to drug him and flee with the 300 and what anything else he has. Let's make up our own ending, Grit. So Warwick was going to drug the detective, get him to the crib, drug him, then pack up all his shit and flee the country. Or he's going to kill the detective and have to hide the body. That's a lot of work, man. You could just get on a plane with your little bag of money and a passport. I mean, shit, he's right in L.A. He could just drive to Mexico. That's the ending for me. Warwick drugs the detective and puts all his shit and all his friends and all of them get in a bus, him and his crew, and they all gone down to Mexico. Him and his crew. That's a lot of work to have that many imaginary friends all the time, like dealing with all those different personalities around you all the time. Like these four people, I have to deal with these four people's different shit, all their shit, plus the imaginary girlfriend. Like, and I'll tell them what that bougie bitch is like. You know, it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. He really could just, go outside and make a friend. No eHarmony or something. I don't know. Something. It's a lot of work dealing with four actual friends. Like, too much going on. Been getting my artiste on up in here with this. My daughter left me this huge collection of nail stuff. It's all kinds of shit, man. I think I talked about it with y'all before. But, she just left it with me. She's like, go ahead, Mom. And y'all know I got neuropathy. So my hands, if you were to look at my hands, you wouldn't know anything was wrong with them. They look normal. They function normally for the most part, but, there's nerve damage. And also, with my index and my thumb, on my one hand, I can't really gauge pressure. So things, like say if I was holding a cookie, if I wasn't actually looking at my hand holding the cookie, my hand doesn't really know that the cookie is there. So I'll be applying a lot of pressure, and the cookie will just crumble. It's the whole thing. So with this nail kit that she left here, and I've been doing little artsy things with the foil papers and the gems and the glitter. Holy shit, glitter exploded all over me the other day. Um, it's been keeping my hands busy, and I like that. Keep it moving. Something to do. I've been making a mess. I got shit everywhere. There's glitter. There's foil paper. I got all the colors of the rainbow of polish all over my fingers, my legs, my bed, my clothes. It's a lot going on. Keeps my hands busy. And my mind, honestly. It's like I feel like arts and crafts in the old nursing home type shit. You've seen it in the movies where they have like the old people knitting sweaters or scarves or doing some sort of beadwork, friendship bracelets and shit at camp. Yeah, it's got that feeling. It's fun though. All right, well, I guess that's all I have to say about this movie and David Hyde Pierce. He did an amazing job. Um, the scenes, you know what I'm saying, where he was with a lot of people, but there's really no people. He did such a good job. I give it 3 cookies. Yes, I am grit. I am. I did. Well, I did. I'm pretty much done with it. I'm over it. I want to graduate to paint or pastels or something. Like this is like kitty shit. Now that I've learned how to work with different uh, textures and thinning things and mixing things and cutting things and things. Okay. Yeah, I've given it 3 cookies. You see my cookies up there, Grit? 3 cookies. 3 cookies for the perfect host. I think I'm going to start also on Wednesdays. Oh, all right, Grit. I think I'm going to start on Wednesdays. When I go live and I talk about individual actors or actresses and whatnot, I think I might start making them go with the movie. Like, so tomorrow I'm going to put on my wall that next Saturday we're going to talk about The Voices. So since The Voices is starring Ryan Reynolds, I figure on Wednesday, why not talk about Ryan Reynolds? Does that make sense? I'll start trying to do that. Talk about a star from the movie that we're going to be talking about, on Saturday. Does that sound smart? Or I should just keep blindly talking about whoever the hell I want to talk about? I think that sounds cool. All right, Grit gives it 4 cookies. Juju didn't give it no cookies. I think she left though. Right, Grit? I thought that sounded like a good idea. Or it doesn't even have to be like a star in the movie. It could be the person who directed it. Something like that. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I'm trying to stick out this whole hour. I'm trying to pull out a whole hour. I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting better at it. I'm definitely not. I definitely don't freak out as much as I used to. Um, I was messing with YouTube Studio earlier. This man, he was saying that in the studio, if you go on the YouTube Studio, because I go live from StreamYard. I've never gone live just straight from YouTube. I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll try a little test tomorrow or something. But there's this whole area that I don't know if they just added it, but I just got hit to it. He was talking about it in his chat and told us how to find it and whatnot. But in the YouTube Studios, at the very bottom, there's this whole library of music they have now, or they've been had. I just didn't know it. Of music that you can, that's copyright okay, and you can play it, and they have sound effects and whatnot. But I can't, access them through StreamYard. I have to actually go live through YouTube. So I think I'm going to try that tomorrow and see how that goes. I want to play with it a little bit, see what's up with the music and the sound effects for a little bit. See if I can figure that out, I can start going live from YouTube from time to time, from time to time, sometime, sometimes. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, I hope that you enjoyed me running my mouth about this hilarious movie that I gave 3 cookies. Grit, you see, lots of cookies. Whole Girl Scout collection. You know what, Grit? You could just put a piece of tape over your camera. Like I said, I'm just gonna toy with it. Um, for now, I already have a piece of tape over my camera anyway, because I'm one of those paranoid people who don't believe in having just cameras staring at me all day. It makes me very uncomfortable. My phone, usually when I'm not using it, is stuffed like under a pillow or something. Like yeah. So even if I do, even if YouTube does force me to cam up, there's a piece of tape over my shit. I just want to mess with it and see what it's like. All right, though, I'm out of here for real this time, Grit. Don't distract me. All right, y'all, go watch this movie. It's hilarious. I'm gonna post on my community wall in the morning, or maybe now. Who knows? For the movie for next week. Go watch this movie. It's hilarious. Wait, let me play this outro. This will be my outro for this. I'm probably gonna have to wait for a YouTube ad. Mm, 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 mm. A survey. Yeah, it'll just be for a few minutes, Grit. I just want to mess with it a little bit. And if I can figure it out, once I start to cam up, I will cam up, But for the initial just messing with it, you're just going to see a blank screen. You'll be alright. It'll be for a few minutes. Hey! Alright, y'all. Go watch this movie. It's hilarious. Until next time, peace.